Yo-ho, good morning. We're doing a ride today here from Winter Garden all the way to Celebration. Celebration is a super nice town. It was built by Disney a couple decades ago. I can't remember exactly when Celebration was built. If you know, please leave it in the comments. But it's a nice, charming town. Now it's its own independent town. It's not managed by Disney anymore, but it's a really nice town. The thing is, we don't ride much towards Celebration because the roads here are more quiet. Celebration is like an island. Not like that it's surrounded by water, but surrounded by like busy highways and avenues. So it's not as nice, but inside Celebration is pretty nice. There's like a 7-mile loop you can do, and it's pretty nice to do there. Usually when people rent our bikes and they're staying there like close to Disney, Kissimmee, I usually say, hey, if you want a quiet place to ride, do some loops. You can do like a 7-8 mile loop around Celebration, inside Celebration. But to get there, it can be a little tricky. We're doing a route that goes through pretty good roads, Summer Lake, the Western Way, and then there are some other roads like the World Drive is pretty busy. It's safe, but you have to be comfortable riding with cars around you. So we're gonna do this route. It's gonna be a total of 60 miles, so 30 miles one way, 30 miles back. And I'm gonna show you along the way, so let's have some fun. By the way, here's Felipe again. Do you know that guy that if you have a good Instagram account and you know YouTube video, there's always that guy behind the camera that's filming? Usually it's Felipe, so credits to him. Into the ride. We're still in Winter Garden, and this is a really nice area. This is actually, we're doing the route south towards Disney because Winter Garden is north of Disney, and this route that we're doing is part of the Disney Fast Pass. They do this ride, that fast ride that I showed you on the other video. They do this ride Thursday evenings. It's a really fast ride, a very strong bunch, and they do this route all the way to the Western Way and back. We're gonna do this same route, but we will continue south towards Celebration. What a day, what a beautiful day. This is a pretty much flat ride, no hills. Just great to be out in a Saturday morning. This area has grown so much. I remember like almost 10 years ago, there was nothing around here. Now there's so much houses. But it's still good to ride here in Winter Garden on this Hamelin side of Winter Garden. As you go north and west, it's even better towards Claremont. And usually the drivers are pretty respectful. Of course, not all the time, but there's a lot of cyclists in the area. So Saturday mornings, you'll see a lot of people riding their bikes. There are trails, there are pretty wide sidewalks if you prefer to do that. But if you're going like, you know, 17, 18, 20 miles an hour and more, you need to be on the road. But yeah, it's beautiful. We are now almost 15 miles into the ride, and we're gonna enter to the Disney area soon. and then we'll be close to Celebration. Not very far from Celebration. This is the Western Way. It's a pretty nice stretch to ride here. It's one of the few roads that you have pretty wide and has some shoulders. But you have to be careful. There's a lot of cars sometimes. Like this morning, I think a lot of people going to the parks, and you have to watch out for the water drains. But besides that, it's a nice stretch over here. I don't know if you noticed, guys, but I'm sweating a lot. The video from last week, you could hardly see any sweat, but now the humidity. Summer is coming. Still the beginning of spring, but it definitely feels like summer, as always here in Florida. Welcome to the charming town of Celebration. Lots of trees, lots of shade, beautiful houses, clean roads. This is a little main road of Celebration. I've shown this before in the channel. It's pretty empty. They closed the roads here. I don't know if they're gonna have some event or something. So it's pretty empty. We usually go to this coffee place, but it's closed. So we're gonna go to this one. Looks nice. Has some nice pastries as I can see here. And then we're gonna have some coffee. Then we're gonna ride a little bit around, and I'll show you guys a little bit of this charming town of Celebration. Right, let's explore a little the trails and see the beautiful nature we have here. This town is just really charming. It has some beautiful, beautiful houses. Let's do a little loop here, and then we'll head our way back to Winter Garden. So we couldn't find a restroom in little center area of Celebration, so we stopped at this gas station before we head back to Winter Garden. We're gonna get onto the World Drive, then Western Way. So the not so nice part is World Drive. It's pretty high speed traffic, but it's a small part of the ride. When we get into the Western Way forward all the way to Winter Garden is pretty okay. Despite Avalon is not as nice, but for the most part pretty okay. In the books. Really nice ride today, guys. Total 60 miles. This ride we don't do all the time. We rarely do it actually, because you know, the roads, it's becoming a little bit more busy, and to go to Celebration it's pretty okay, but when we're on our way back it's around 11 or close to noon, and then you have a lot of cars on the roads, and that you know, it's not as pleasant. So we prefer always to ride, you know, north of Winter Garden, Claremont, where we usually ride here, some more back roads. But eventually it's super nice. Celebration is lovely. It's a very charming town, so it's really cool to ride around there, and it's a very quiet place to ride. So, but it was really good crowd today. A lot of people out in the road riding. I saw a lot of other groups riding today. Beautiful day, so really good. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. As always, I'll see you on our next ride experience. Ciao.
Cool.